Okay. Well, everybody, welcome to Pet City Improv, the
Thanks.
virtual open mic. Pet City Improv. You can do some prompts about Christmas or New Year's. There weren't really that many New Year's prompts, but you can bring a pet. My pet's outside. I should have brought him in, but it's too late now. Pet City Improv. You get 5 minutes. Unless you bring in your own prompts, you get 6 minutes. So be sure to do that next week, hopefully, because I'm running out of prompts. Pet City Improv. So coming up first is the wonderful Robbie Schrader.
Thanks. I gotta
Robbie.
I gotta
Hello,
switch.
Robbie.
I gotta put this on myself. 1 second. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, I'm performing comedy. Is this improv? How the Grinch Stole My Heart. I'm gonna say I don't watch Christmas stuff, and all of my memory from 3 years ago to my childhood is gone. So I guess I know the concept of the Grinch. I mean, why is he so upset if in his name is grin? You know, I guess you can be grinning if you're evil. Well, he had to get somebody's heart for his to grow so big, right? Or is that Cindy Who? That's a rhetorical question. I'm not asking the audience for help. I'm not opening this for discussion. Or am I? No, I'm not. You can't spell heart without here. Next slide, please. So I got a letter from Santa this year, and it had his PO box. It had his return address on it, and it was actually in Iceland. So the Wikipedia is wrong, and whoever's posting on it, could you donate to Wikipedia? Because 98% of the users don't donate, and if you donate $2.25 right now, you can help save Wikipedia, and that's important. If you look up on Wikipedia about Wikipedia, then you'll find out that they need help, because it's really close. Like Amazon's gonna bury Wikipedia somehow. Next slide. Oh yeah, this was on my Letterman's jacket. I had a jacket for the Bulldogs. We were a Christmas themed basketball team in my middle school. I played a lot of basketball, but I only made 3-pointers. I had like John Stockton, the mailman from whatever, the only basketball reference I know besides Kobe or whatever. That's a joke. R.I.P. Wait, is that that's insensitive and too soon? How do dogs get this? Get the swole? How do they get so like pit bulls and bulldogs? Are those any dog with bull in it is a strong dog, right? Why are dachshunds German? Anyways, next slide. Swiss Army shoes. This is when you have shoes that can turn into sandals or flip flops, as well as rain boots. It's just you just gotta turn some 45-degree walls. If it put some walls and some, then also knives come out. You can have like those pokey toed shoes. You can get some high heels. They turn into Heelys and high heel Heelys. That's what this is all about. You can get different modes. It's like a Rubik's Cube, but it's a Swiss Army. No relation to the army. It's more of like a modeling army. It's like an army model. You like word salad? How about fruit word salad with marshmallows. Next slide, last slide.
Yeah. Last slide.
What if the last slide just said last slide on it and I had to improvise off last slide? Let's see. Well, if a candy cane was really big and I had a limp, there's your answer. But how sad would it be if the candy cane broke while I was using it to help me walk, and then I just, fell? It'd be pretty funny if you knew me well and we had that kind of relationship where you could laugh at me because we're like friends. Because otherwise, it's just mean-hearted. It's like a Grinch situation. That's a callback to the first slide. And then the Grinch would steal my heart when I fell down. That's been off my dome. I've been Robbie Schrader. Thanks.
All right. Let's hear again for Robbie Schrader.
Woo!
Coming up next, it is the amazing Ryan Chu.
Thank you.
Woo! Yeah!
I don't
Right.
2020 has been a really, really rough year. And for some reason, people think 2021 is supposed to be better. I don't know if you guys know, but there's going to be a period in 2021 where half of us are vaccinated and the other half aren't. It's going to be fucked up, because those people who are vaccinated, they're not going to wear masks, and that's going to be terrifying because there's going to be some people wearing masks and some people not wearing masks. We'll probably have to get a little card that says, "Hey, I'm vaccinated, and I don't have to wear my mask." But people have been printing those out 2020 the whole time anyway, so on to the next slide. A skill that's really good of mine that I have, that I think is a particularly better skill of mine is I'm really good at encouraging myself and making myself feel better about things, I learned that in therapy. Just because, life is hard and, bad things happen here and there, and every once in a while you have to convince yourself that things are better than they are. Like with 2021, in that last picture, that guy was really hopeful to get over the thing and, to make it into 2021. But little does he know he's going to have to walk around with some kind of mask card, some sort of mask card aid. That was pretty good. All right, next slide.
Next
You
slide.
did it.
Oh shit. So I don't know if you guys know this, but they're coming out with a new Monopoly game. It's called Christmas Monopoly. Rather than all of the wealth being distributed among the people, and then perhaps one person comes out above, everyone's broke, right? Because they just bought Christmas presents for everyone else around. Everyone starts out fucking broke, and we progressively get more broke throughout the game until it's Christmas. Next slide. Red Sled Redemption. So I went sledding last week. You might not believe that because I'm in Southern California, but I went sledding last week. And it was really intense. There were some other guys out there on the hill who were really giving me a rough time. I would try to slide down. Hey, you can't slide here, boy. This is our spot, And I'm like, whoa, dude. Is this some kind of, what's going on here? This is a sledding hill for everyone. And he said, no, only people with gray slides can go on this hill. And, I left my gray slide at home. I was hoping that was going to be a lot funnier. I was going to come up with something a little bit funnier there, but that didn't happen. So next slide. I was in a good direction though, you know, like the whole thing on the hill. I thought I was really going somewhere. And then, speaking of the most uncool way to die, you know, while you're sledding, and some other guy shoots his pistol at you in your face, because red sled redemption. Next slide.
All right, this one's the last slide.
This is actually a picture of me and my uncle. We were really enjoying our Christmas day after cannibalizing our entire family. So those are actually their corpses that we're sitting on top of right there. That's my grandma Peggy Sue that's sitting behind me, and that's his Uncle Frederick Thomas. So, you know, I gotta love Uncle Steve. You know, he's a really good guy. You know, we do a lot of things together. Thank you so much. It's been a great time with you tonight here, folks.
Okay. Here again for Ryan Chu.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chu, coming up next, it is the wonderful Lissa Gilliam.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out Lissa.
Well, so, you know, one thing we don't really learn about in our U.S. history classes is the fruitcake wars. And they don't tell you about it because it was one of the most violent and brutal wars of American history. I mean, it was a lot of crazy people, like batshit crazy people, just shooting at each other. Over what? Over jobs. They didn't have enough jobs, and it was around Christmas time. They didn't have enough jobs to get presents for the families. And it was like, this happened in 1978, actually. And, you know, I think it was Carter. Was it Carter? This doesn't make sense, but it was like, the wealth will trickle down. Don't worry. You will all have jobs after Christmas. And they were like, nope, we're just going to shoot each other. Because we're crazy. I don't know. I had this whole thing with like fruitcakes, like crazy people, because you're such a fruitcake. Yeah. Didn't work out. Yep. Next slide. Oh man. Have you heard of the Grateful Turtle? This is my dad, actually. No, I'm not even shitting you. My dad goes by the name Turtle. Like, he's a hippie, and he lives in Florida, and he like just basically hangs out on the beach all day. And his real name's Tim, but everyone calls him Turtle. Like, as soon as I saw this image, I was like, fuck, it's my dad. Like, he's basically always stoned and at a drum circle. And earlier, you know, when someone was talking about red sled redemption, I thought of my dad again, because my dad had this car he called his car the Dead Red Sled. I'm not even kidding. It was a like shitty, like, I don't know, 1994, like Pontiac convertible of some sort, like Sunbird or Firebird or something. And he called it the Dead Red Sled because it had a Grateful Dead sticker on it. And if you can imagine this turtle driving a red convertible, that is my dad. That's my dad. Not even kidding. This guy's crazy. Like, I mean, he took so much acid that he thinks he's a turtle, basically. That is what's going on with his life. It's really sad. I mean, there's a lot of bad shit happening in Florida. You gotta deal with it sometimes with acid, I guess. Next slide. Best cereal mascot. God, you know, what is that fucking cereal that's like, it's all ghosts. It's all ghosts, right? Remember this cereal where it's, I don't know, I'm probably older than everyone here, but in the 80s, we had this cereal that was like ghost themed, and it was like ghost marshmallows. And you gotta wonder, like, who thought of that? Like, who wants like to see ghosts the first thing when they wake up? Like, no one wants that. Like, what if you were like having a bad night and you're having nightmares all night? Your house is haunted even, and like you get up and you're eating ghost cereal. That's not cool. It's really traumatizing. So I think that would be the not best cereal mascot. That would be the worst cereal mascot. But the best would probably be, fuck, you know, there's so many good ones. I can't decide. What was the cereal with the, oh fuck it. Next slide. Next slide. I can't remember this.
That's the last slide. There we go.
Another image. Oh no, what happens at banana camp? Well, banana camp it's really the place where you go to become your banana best. And you do push-ups all day. And basically, the more push-ups you do, the more firm and hard you become. And the least likely you are to like rot and become black and mushy, you know, because no banana wants to get soft. Because everyone thinks like, you know, it's okay, like I can get soft, I'll become banana bread someday. That's my destiny, I'll become banana bread. But, you know, the coach at banana camp will tell you, no one becomes banana bread, you fucking pussy, get on the ground and get 1,100 push-ups. You're never gonna be banana bread. You need to get hard. You need to stay a banana forever and ever. A strong, hard, firm banana. And that's what happens. That's what happens at banana camp. You try to stay hard. That's my time.
All right. Let's hear it again. Melissa Gilliam.
Woo!
Let's hear it for banana camp, keeping people hard.
It's 1942.
Coming up next, it is the amazing Joseph Rodriguez.
Hot.
Shout out Joseph.
So this picture is actually from an unaired episode of Frosty the Snowman. It's actually called Frosty's Revenge. And it was a concept that was originally picked up by Pixar because they kind of wanted to show that people are human and that snowmans are human too. And they kind of wanted to show that Frosty the Snowman had a darker side. And it wasn't anything too intense. It was just really him gaslighting a lot of people and getting themselves in like a lot of toxic situations and just really mentally abusing a lot of people. But they ended up cutting it because they felt it just wasn't the time. Next slide. Mistletoe. So this is basically when you're under like I'm gonna open this one up. I'm gonna be the first one. We're gonna open it up.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's a toe that's like has a rocket, like an oversized toe statue that has rocket boosters on it.
It's a love story about the Cold War.
The scientists that press the button have to kiss before they launch it.
Yes. Yes. Next slide. I want to end it on that one. So this is actually a couple of sketches from one of my therapy sessions where I had to talk about my father. And but I kind of just found out like these were the things he made me feel like. Like these were the things like I at one point I just felt like a little corgi, but like I was like so soft, but I was like a dinosaur on the outside, like dad, like rawr. Because I would used to like say rawr and bite him and things like that. And that was kind of like one of my earlier phases. So that was that one. And then the bulldog, that was when I just was like really depressed. I wasn't really like leaving my room much. I put a lot of pounds on, and I truly had that bumblebee costume in real life. That was just something I wore every day for 2 years. And then the last one is kind of like me, what I'm like feeling now. Like it's actually inspired by Walking Phoenix a little too, because he's someone who like I watch and then I'm like, I'm gonna like base my whole life like off this guy as my personality for the rest of my life. And that's kind of like the inspiration I get from this one. Next slide. What is a humbug? So this is the popular Christmas STD that's going around right now that you really gotta watch out for and make sure you're quarantined. It's really serious. It can be caught under the mistletoe or with mistletoes. So you're gonna want to make sure that when you kiss this year to wear a mask, because you don't want to be the one who has to tell people like, hey, I have humbug. It was just Christmas 2020. You know what it was like back then. You know. But if you do, also you equally matter as much as anyone else. Next slide. Strangest thing to find in a chimney. That would be definitely finding someone who's not Santa in the chimney. On Christmas or really any other holiday. A lot of people don't know that there's these things called chimney hoppers, and they try to sleep in your chimneys. They don't steal anything. They're not bad people, but they do clog a lot of air ventilation, and sometimes they can, if you light a fire or something like that, there's a lot of danger that can be like brought into that. And I'm gonna open this one up because I think this is a great prompt and I'm just bombing it.
Pigeons die in chimneys and just stack up.
Santa Claus with a heroin needle in his arm.
The diabetes needle, insulin needle.
Your uncle is a strange thing to find in the chimney.
ISIS.
Just
What was
ice, just ice.
Nice.
Next slide.
This is the last one.
Wow. What can I even tell you about this? My dear mother, Rosaline, she meant so much to me. She was always telling me, eat your paste, boy, eat your paste. She told me that she was a wizard and that she was an indigo child. And she ran a cult in our backyard as well that I wasn't allowed to join. Unfortunately, she passed due to complications with paste eating. But it was something that I never forgot about her, and something that I hold dearly with me today, and something I'll pass to my children too, hopefully. Because I can't tell you how many times I've eaten paste since he's passed on just those depressing nights, like when you miss her and there's just a bottle of paste next to you. And you don't want to, what it's going to end up with. It's going to end up with you at the ER. The nurses already know you. They all call you glue boy. It's not a good look, but the come up is just so good. You're watching Friends for the 15th time. You're just putting all that paste in your mouth until your mouth gets shut. That's like the best part because the oxygen cuts off a little mixed with the paste. Does make it awkward when you are at the ER trying to explain, but I just usually bring a note now and just like pass it, kind of like a bank robbery, but for my medical condition. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Let's hear it again for Joseph Rodriguez. Coming up next. It is the amazing Francis Abelarde. Is it Abelarde? Forget how
Yeah.
to pronounce it. Cool.
Visiting Goldfish City. That's a racist place. That's all. Next. Toy they need to bring back. I don't know. I didn't play with toys as a child. I snuck into my mom's room. She always had this crazy thing in her drawer. It's like it vibrates. I don't know. It's like I thought it was a toothbrush at first, but now looking back on it, it was a dildo. I'd always put it in my mouth. I was like, oh my god. Ugh. It was. I don't know. My mom walked in on me one time, and she smiled and she just let me do it, and then we started going back and forth with that. It was like life change. I don't know. But next, sheep. I saw some sheep today. They're cool. Not much to say about this animal. It's a good one. Yeah, sheep are nice. Next. But butterfly man. I met him one time. It was after school. I used to get bullied a lot in elementary school. I don't, but yeah, he came to my school one day, and I get like emotional talking about it. Really, it was like he came up in a pickup truck, so I was like, that's a little weird at first, but he had a butterfly costume on or whatever, so I like, oh, it's legit, you know. He tells me to come back to his car. Yeah, he told me to come back to his car, and I don't want to get into the specifics of it really, but a lot of things happened that day.
Sure helps you break out of your cocoon, huh?
And into his cocoon. And good guy. Not really though. He's a kind of a creep. Next. Weirdest thing you've ever seen on a tree. The weirdest thing I've ever seen on a tree would have to be. I'm gonna open this one up as well because I'm blanking out.
Well, you did say wood, but I was thinking knots. Probably some knots. And then I also thought of like a noose, but that's pretty dark.
Yeah, I didn't want. That's what I thought of too. I didn't want to go there.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of like.
Want to take the dark route.
My mind immediately went to like a naked dude like humping a tree.
Like your dad.
I thought of those little tree holes, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a nest, like a squirrel nest.
Like a pocket pussy type tree, you know.
Tree humpers are real. Like that's a real thing. That's fucked up. Like
Hey,
what is it? Where did your life
I
go?
fucked a tree before, you know.
Haven't we all? It's not a big deal though, you know. It's a thing.
It's not that weird.
It happens.
Splinters.
Whether.
Splinters.
No, I don't know. Next, or is that it?
This will be the last slide.
Shout out Kazoo or
It's the
little
slide
whistle
was. I got a kazoo too, though. Maybe I'll bring that out.
I actually have this picture saved on my phone. It's what it's how I like describe to people what I'm feeling when I can't like put it into words. But to put it into words, like, I don't know. You guys ever feel like there's a cricket on your back just chirping away at you, and you know it's whispering dark thoughts into your head and like, do this, do that. It's like, no, I don't want to kill my mom. It's I don't know. It's something everyone has to live with, I guess. You know, crickets on your shoulder. That's a saying, right? Something like that. All right. I think I'm gonna wrap that up. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well,
Shout out crickets.
Let's hear it again. For hold on when I get this open. Okay, let's hear it again for Francis Abelarde.
Francis!
Yeah.
All right, I was messing with my phone a second there. Coming up next, it is the wonderful Akshay Patanayak.
Oh wow. I mean, first of all, I have to thank you for pronouncing my name.
Oh,
This is the second time that somebody has pronounced my name correctly, and I would say that it is the opposite of utter chaos. But yeah, I mean, like, it's what's the deal with utter chaos anyway? I mean, it's utter chaos. I think is it's like if COVID-19 was a startup, and you know, it was a couple of people that started it in a basement in Wuhan, and now they've really been able to improve and increase on their numbers, and as a company they've finally been able to go public. And if from the business startup perspective, I think companies like Pfizer and Johnson are really working against them. I mean, and that's not a good look for the shareholders. So I think from the creation of the COVID-19 perspective, I think having the vaccines, or the fact that the fact that, you know, people are social distancing and are wearing masks is utter chaos in terms of COVID-19. Like, that's not good for COVID-19 itself to thrive, right? So so you know, I think it's important that we stay away from utter chaos, and you know, really, you know, commit to not wearing masks, and like, you know, why are we even doing this on Zoom? We should be doing it in person, touching each other all the time, right? Next slide. Okay, what cannibals think of you? I mean, okay, if the cannibals were racist, right? I would be the last. I'd be the last on the list, right? Okay, so it's like this, right? So it's like, you know, if I was from a cannibal's perspective, I am Indian food, right? And and you know, cannibals are going to be thinking, okay, you know, am I going to is this going to be a regrettable decision in the morning after eating Indian food? Also I think, you know, speaking of Indian food, right? Like, I'm just curious, are any of you guys fans of Indian? Do you like Indian food?
Yeah.
I like it. Good.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, so I think with your responses, I think cannibals are building a better reputation. I think a little higher up on the list. But okay, so also so in 60s, right? There was a huge mass migration of Indians that shifted to the UK and set up really good Indian restaurants. And and actually, you know, that's one of the reasons why in London you have the best Indian food available. Like, that's where you get, that's the kind of food that's the best. Like, otherwise food in London is usually shit. And then over the last couple of years, the Indian owners of those restaurants have started sort of, you know, moved away to other businesses, and are not particularly, like, you know, hands-on in terms of actually running the Indian restaurants. And they've actually, like, given it over to Bangladeshis and Pakistanis, and they've really reduced the quality of the Indian food. But anyway, that has nothing to do with cannibals. that this was just a personal misgiving. And next slide, please.
All right. This is the last one because you're.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, with that whistle. Okay, this. Okay, I'm confused whether that's a wolf or a cat.
It's a chow chow. Or no?
It's a chow chow. It's definitely. It's like this looks like a primary school child watching porn for the first time. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, yeah, this is really weird. I mean, like I first discovered it through just exploring the computer and my dad's collection. He mislabeled a couple of video files, and yeah, and that was my face when I saw that when I saw the picture of that mansion. But yeah, okay, I'm going to open this one up here as well. How do all of you react to say the least, the artistry of this piece? My fellow sommeliers, my fellow critics, my fellow.
I just have a question, really.
Yeah.
You know, you said that this picture is like watching, you know, a primary school kid watch porn for the first time.
Yeah.
You have like a solid basis of reference for that.
To have a solid basis of
Well, I
reference for
guess
that.
just himself.
Yeah, do you often, now basically I'm asking is, do you often show primary school children porn?
I think this. Okay. All right. Fine. This is
You're
the
being
first.
recorded, by the way.
This is the first time I've been accused of this. I'm sorry.
It was him.
Actually, has 14 allegations.
Beg your pardon?
You have 14 allegations. I looked you up, buddy.
Oh, you look okay. I have 14 allegations.
What a fact.
Shit.
From butterflies.
No comment.
No, I'm really sorry, you guys. I apologize. And you know, once the apology is there, this is it, right? This is the end. It is this open mic that has finished me.
Oh man, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know about that.
I hope you'll be able to accept me again, but I have a lot of soul searching to do. I have a lot of digging to do.
As
I
we
have
all.
corrective behavior that I need to sort of fix within myself. I'm gonna have to get on Twitter and apologize as well. So thank you very much. That's my time.
All right.
Oh wow.
Let's hear it again for. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong this time because now I forgot. It was Akshay. What?
Akshay Patanayak.
Patanayak.
Akshay Patnaik.
Coming up next, it is the wonderful Mrs. P.
Shout out Miss
And
P.
whoever else is there with Mrs. P. Mr. P.
Mouse guy.
Yo.
Here we go.
So you guys have been doing this.
Yeah.
So you know.
You can make up a rap song,
You
like a mumble rap song.
Commercial break. I don't remember having commercials.
I'm cold. I'm too cold. I don't know. I'm too old. I'm freezing cold. Winter. If you got a big van, it's a sprinter.
It's a sprinter and I just got a splinter. I just bought a new house for the winter. I just put food in the microwave for dinner. I gotta go and hop up in the sprinter.
I haven't been a sprinter, it's a beamer. I got a warm mink, it's a steamer. In the beamer. If I'm shining, she's a gleamer.
She's a gleamer. Goddamn. Have you seen her? She's so beautiful and she is a dancer. I was with Rudolph because it's Christmas like Prancer. Donald been blitzing. I used to be young, then I turned like 16. The next year was 17. Motherfuckers mad because I pulled up with the wedding ring. I proposed to her, and she loves me. So I gave her a hug like Humpty Dumpty. I keep cutting her off because I'm rapping on the beat. I'm going to pass it off to who? Right off to Mrs. P.
Pass it off to Mrs. P at the altar. You say yes, but she kind of falters. She says no, because what is her heart? How cold? It's too cold.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Yeah.
Bars.
That was good recovery. Nice.
Oh, that was
Bars.
Nice.
Next slide. We're just going to freestyle every slide.
Yeah. What antelopes have been up to lately?
Start the beat over.
You
Huh?
get it?
I don't guess shit. Ne-
Shit. This
Antelopes.
one's hard. I don't know what an antelope
I woke up in the
is.
morning with an antelope eating a cantaloupe. My uncle went and got married to antelope. I'm smoking dope. I'm about to fucking croak. I woke up in heaven. Shit, I opened the door, it turned into a 7-Eleven. I said, let me get a Slurpee. He gave me a Slurpee, and then he gave me a burpee. I'm a little kid, and I like to dream. When I was young, I was 17. I said that before, and I'll say it again. Damn, I woke up and I was 10. Said, how does this keep happening to me? Why is life so happy for me? Why am I so happy? Because I'm a young boy. Let's go to the next slide. I hope it's about toys.
toys.
All right, last slide. I tried to freestyle the slide, but I don't think it worked.
Oh,
Okay. Gingerbread
Shit.
plan.
gingerbread plan. You know who told me about the gingerbread plan? The gingerbread man. He came to my house, knocking on the door, quiet like a mouse. I bought my daughter a really small blouse. I'm friends with this kid named Kurt Krause. He was a kid from my high school. I just thought of his name because it reminded me of the blouse. I'm here because Francis invited me. God damn, I'm lighting it. I'm biking it. I'm riding through the city. I'm on some Vicodins. I'm going to buy some basketballs. I'm going to go take my mask off. COVID-19, more like COVID-15. Motherfuckers mad because I'm 16. I don't give a shit about anyone. I got a big spleen. I got 5 lungs, so I could really, really, really breathe. Yeah, let's go to the next beat.
Or the
Next
plan.
slide.
All right, that's it for now, I think.
All right, y'all. It's the man of the hour, the man with the uke in his hand, the incredible Kyle Bob.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if I want to make a song about a poop sock, because
That's fair.
it just feels like a sock full of poop. That's,
Next slide.
yeah. Next prompt on it. Janitor's secret. I think it's the poop sock. It's related.
Next
So,
slide.
Yeah. Next time, we'll just combine those together into one thought. What's your first decree as Santa Claus? I forget what the word decree means. I'm not very smart with
It's
words.
like your
Proclamation.
it's like
What?
your promise to the people as
First-
Santa Claus.
Oh, my first promise to the people as Santa Claus. Let's see. If I was Santa, I'm not going to sing this, but I'm going to add ukulele. If I was Santa Claus, I would give gifts to all the children equally, instead of the weirdly suspicious way that Santa only gives more gifts to rich kids, which seems very suspicious. Also, I'd probably not discriminate the reindeer either, because they were all mean to Rudolph. And then everyone was like, Rudolph's the best. And then they were mean to the other reindeer because like no one cared about them anymore. I'd probably let the elves go free too, because that's slavery, I think. I don't think they get paid. You only said one to decree. That word is hard. So I said three decrees. It's too many. All right, I'm gonna go to something else before the real Santa gets mad. Crying at your dad's 4th wedding. Whoa. I mean, as far as I know, my dad has only had 1 wedding, but I guess I would be crying if I found out that suddenly he had a 4th one, and I'm like, well, I missed the first or the second two. Actually, all of them. I wasn't there for the first one because I wasn't born. But I would start crying because I'd feel like I didn't know my dad at all. I'm adding little happy little ukulele notes to lighten the mood. Getting what?
Shout out your dad.
Shout out to my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his one wedding. I hope. Getting free instruments from uncle. Let's see. Hold on. I got something for this. I got to remember how to play chords. One time, there was this uncle I had, and then he gave my friend a free guitar. It was pretty cool. And then that friend, he got a better guitar, so he gave that guitar to his friend. And then you know what that friend did? He tried to be cool, and he smashed it. It was really rude. We're not really friends anymore. And that's the story of that guitar. I guess I kind of talked to him, but I'm still mad about that. Why would you smash the guitar? It was like my uncle's guitar from when he was like 12. It was like a 50-year-old guitar. Why would you smash it? That guy's not very smart. Anyway, that was just more of a rant than anything else.
All right, you're on your last slide.
I'm on my last slide. Janitor's affair.
No, there's two.
Wait, with ass pizza. Janitor's affair with ass pizza. I don't know if this is song worthy, but maybe I'll add a few notes. There once was a janitor. He was cheating on his wife with a pizza. Because this pizza had the greatest ass of all time. You might ask yourself, how does a pizza have an ass? Well, you gotta use a lot of cheese and a lot of dough. Don't use a lot of sauce, though. That's gross. Anyway, the pizza was really good, and the janitor ate all of it. And then he was sad because then he had nothing, and also his wife was upset with him for cheating on her. With a pizza, I don't know where I'm going with this story. Anyway, something gross happened, and the janitor had to clean it up, and he tried to mop it up, and then it didn't mop it up well enough, and they had CIA evidence or something like that. And got really, there's a whole court case and stuff. It was tragic. Anyway, that's the end.
All right, give it up for Kyle Bob.